One more minute. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. My name is Dale Duell. I'm a Solid Edge application engineer. And Tech Tuesday is brought to you by CamLogic. The whole idea of a Tech Tuesday is to do an electronic a video newsletter, if you will, something to inspire, something to educate, something to get the Solid Edge users, the NX users, any product that the CamLogic that we carry for our users to get fresher ideas on how to do things. So having said that, we'll go ahead and get started. Today's topic is Solid Edge Time-Saving Commands Part 1. In a few weeks we'll be coming back with Part 2, and I welcome your response and your feedback on the commands that you'd like to see. Tech Tuesday is brought to you by CamLogic. CamLogic was founded in 1996. We're headquartered in Oxford, Michigan. We serve Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. We are a full Siemens business partner. We carry all of their Siemens PLM solutions, that being Solid Edge, NX, NX Cam, Teamcenter, Insight, FEMAP, all of those products. But then we also carry other products as well, as far as rapid prototyping. You see on the right side of the screen, get a 3D print of what you like. Also laser scanning, very, very cool technology, being able to take that scanner and take that beam of light, pass it over a part, and have that part being rebuilt on your computer screen right in front of you, so you can start to use it. Very, very cutting-edge technology, very, very well proven, make you very productive in your engineering. We also offer training. We are everything that we sell, we have a certified specialist on staff for. So we can do on-site training, that is to come to your facility. We also can do classroom training throughout our territories. You can travel just a short distance to a group class. And all of our training can be customized as well. We can take it right off the shelf, out of the box if you like, or we can look at your specific process and take your specific questions and incorporate them into a training class. We also offer technical support, being able to help you. I always tell people, if you try it once, if it doesn't work, the next button you push actually should be the phone to give us a call. So we offer technical support, consulting, and you'll see the other things: laser scanning, analysis, 3D printing, data translation, and also what is new now in the automotive industry, as Chrysler and GM are starting to ramp back up and the engines are coming back on, if you will, is the supplier readiness. If there's something that a corporate mandate that you need, we are the specialist at getting you started. So CamLogic is more than a reseller. It is not just a place where you go get your software and we sort of stick it in a package and send it to you. It is actually your partner in this industry. So we want to be that person that's on the other side of the desk, and I always say, walking the floor with you, or knowing what you want, knowing even your political situation or your personnel situation. We want to know those types of things in order to get you the best solutions that we can. Well, today we want to talk about time-saving commands. Now, there's a lot of them, and it's easier to almost exclude a bunch of commands and then just work in just a few areas, rather than trying to even list them all or even trying to show them all. These are the commands I was thinking about when I started working with this, and I'm thinking about in assembly. We have frame, express route, also wire harness, systems library, and being able to transfer parts back and forth. Now, what we're talking about are those things that you need to do, but at the same time, you don't need to spend a whole lot of time doing it because you have to do it maybe several times a day or multiple times a month or multiple times a project. So you don't really want to have to spend all that extra time. The things that that need to be done, we want to be able to hit that button and have that part done. So sheet metal, the same thing, automatic DXFs. I want to push this thing out to a DXF, it's done. I want to save it as a flat. I want to do a bend or a jog just right off of a line. I don't want to have to go figure out where this is. I just know it has to be a clearance area, and I want to pull that out. In drafts, quick sheet, and then also principal views, things like that, just to jog or inspire your memory. But today, what we want to work on are the time-saving commands in part. And again, there's so many that I just wanted to focus on this for today. If you have a list, please email me, dald@camlogic.com. I would love to incorporate your list into the next session. So today we're going to talk about probably the biggest time-saving command of all, and that's synchronous technology. But we're also going to talk about process-specific commands. Now, those are things like thin wall, rib, web network, lip, vent, things such as that. The radial toolbar and the view styles and presets. I think we're going to save the property manager for next time, if you will. So the radial toolbar and view style presets. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to start a part for an electronic enclosure, and I'm going to do that here in the synchronous environment. So just start basically working in this area, and I want an enclosure that's going to be about a 4 by 6 area standing right over here. Now, for those of you familiar with the solid edge, this is what's known as a region, allowing me just to take this region and to pop this down ever what I want. So I've got this blob, if you will, 4 by 6 by 1 inch, and that just allows me to do that to get my part started. But what's nice about the synchronous is that I'm working live on the screen. So I'm going to put a little flange down here, or a little side protrusion, if you will, and start to work with that. I think we're going to go and spend that necessary time there and make some of these parts symmetric, and that'll come back to help us in a little bit. So I want to start to work with this part. Now, the nice thing about this is inside of synchronous, and I'm talking and just kind of showing, but the nice thing about this is my very next move is for me to go out and to define what I want with this. And by that means I just want to go tip this face back and set this face back a little bit. I'd like to go take this face over here, and I'll bring this face out, and we'll just tip this right up here. And I want to take this face and just work with this face and move maybe just a little bit this way, and we'll go ahead and turn our symmetry on. Set that about like that. Okay, so we'll go set this face here as well. Both sides to do what we ask it to do. Bring that up. Then again, we'll just take that, move this face about where we want to. All right, so being able to work with these files, this geometry, the way that's necessary right there in the synchronous environment. We'll turn our planes back on, and we'll window over and just take the top as well, and we'll just mirror that what we've done on the other side. So we are talking about again, time-saving commands. Some of these may seem, painfully obvious, and up to other people they may be brand new. So bear with me. But the idea that we can take and squeeze the time out of this design—that's what we want. We want to, if it takes a half hour to do this, and we can do it in 20 minutes, well, there's 10 minutes that can be given to something else. So as I take this, I want to start exploring another time-saving device, and that is the radial tool menu. This is in ST3. It's at the right click of a button, and if I hold down, it gives me every command that I need. So instead of maybe looking through here, the upper tool ribbons to find what I want next, everything is right here. And so we'll start to work with this. Now, many people, when they work with a product such as this, will go out and take these corners, and they'll maybe make them a 1/4 inch and start to break corners. Don't know if you're aware of this or not, that you can also go out when you set something like this, and you can just say, I want to take all fillets. So I'm going to take all of the fillets, and it's going to go out and set itself to 0.01. Just kind of break those edges down a little bit. And in fact, I'll tell you what, we'll take that again, the 0.01, and set it to 0.1 is what I meant. So we'll go down and set those right away. So a lot of people do not use the all fillets, all rounds, that type of command. But I encourage you to do that. So as I change that, you can see that I can move that back around. So I'm going to go back and set that, and I'm going to take my all rounds, and I'm going to look at this. But before I do, I want to change one thing. I'm going to go out and I'm going to set it to face, and I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to deselect this. So think of what I did. I picked everything rather than have to go out and pick one at a time. I just picked everything and then deselected the obvious thing that I was working on. So that allows me to move these parts around, or move these faces around very well. Now, at the bottom of my screen, I have a tool called a command finder, and that is, certainly if I have to go out and look and try to find parts, or try to find features rather, it's going to take more time. But if I know what I want to do, or if I know what I used to do maybe in some other software, I can use that command finder to help me. For instance, as I go to the command finder, I'm going to type in the word shell, which happens to be what Pro-E uses to make something hollow or empty, or a piece of plastic, if you will. So I'm going to go to shell, and I'm just going to type in shell, and my command finder is going to not only come up and tell me that you call it shell, we call it thin wall, but not only is it going to tell me that, it's also going to show me where it's at, and by clicking on the instructions, it's actually going to start the command. So very strong, very, very powerful. I don't have to go out and look. If I know approximately what I want, or what I would have done in some other software package, then I'll go out there and just type it in the command finder, and that'll give me exactly what I want. Now, one of the other things, going rather quickly here, because there's quite a few just in this little set that I want to show you, and I'm going to go look at my put a coincident plane here, and I'm going to take this plane, and I'm going to pull this plane up. So again, I'm in synchronous technology. I didn't have to go out and hit a parallel plane. I just simply made a plane, and I'm going to come up 1/2 inch. Now, on that plane, that parallel plane that is setting out there, I'm going to take and throw some geometry out on this face. So we'll put a circle out there, and then we'll switch over and do some lines. I'm just going to touch this over here, pick the center, go to center, center, to center right there, and then trim off some of the things I don't need. Okay. Well, as I do, I will go over to now what I call my process-specific commands. Now, these are the commands that have found their way inside of Solid Edge at the customer's request. So things that people do over and over and over again. They said, can this be in the system? We have to do this on a regular basis. The answer is yes. We can get those things in there. So these are the things that came in, process-specific. Again, they answer a specific need, a specific process that has to be done. So I'm going to take what's called a web network and simply click my geometry. And I think I'll resize this, and I'm going to put a rib down here, and I'll put the rib 1/8 of an inch thick, and I'm going to shoot that rib down to there, or those webs down to there. So that web is now going to go exactly where I want it to be. While I'm here, I'll just simply right-click, and I'll go put a hole out on this plane right here, and it's looking for a place to go. Again, I just simply touch that circle and place it right there in the center. Now, talk about time-saving command. This 1/4 inch that I just clicked on, now, since I'm in synchronous, I can reset that hole just like that. So we're not driving down in there, we're not editing definitions, we're not doing those things that maybe we're familiar with inside of the ordered. We're actually living live up here. So the synchronous itself is a huge time saver, and then the process-specific commands that we're talking about right here are saving us a lot of time as we get into this. So I've got something like that. I'm going to take this hole that I've got, and I'm going to go out there and do a circular pattern. And what I want to do is, not a circular pattern. I want to take this hole, and I want to do a fill pattern. And basically what I want to do is just put that hole in there, and up comes the request for, well, what's the spacing in there? So I'm going to say I would like it 0.2 and 0.2 apart. And Solid Edge is going to go out there and fill that area with the hole. So I don't have to pattern rectangular and then turn some of them off or suppress some of them that don't fit into there. All I have to do is just say that hole goes in that area, and I want you to fill the whole thing with every 1/4 inch or every 0.2 by 0.2. You see on the back side now of the part, we get a very, very nice vent coming up through there. Well, for now, I am going to leave the synchronous, and I'm going to simply right-click on the synchronous banner and transition over to ordered. So I'm in the same part, but there's a few things that I'd like to do over here just to show some time-saving commands as well. The next thing I'm going to do is to put in a mounting boss, and I'm just going to come down about a 1/4 inch from there. And I'm going to put this mounting boss setting right about here. Again, when I put this mounting boss, I want to show you the time-saving command. This is the part that is going to allow us to, put the screw in there that holds plastic pieces together. Process-specific. This has already been filled out by the software. So all I have to do is type in the dimensions, and they correspond to the exact shape that I'm going to get. Another little time-saving command as I'm here, if I like this and I want to use this a lot, I'm going to say save as default. And that's just going to allow me to put that part right in there the way I want to. Again, I may take something like this and pattern out on this plane. And we'll just leave it at its default of 4. We'll just set that out there to default to 4, setting around there. And of course, those can be moved, dimensioned, set to use any way that we like. Well, I want to start changing the shape of this, but I want to start it quickly. I want to go through this very, very quickly. So the next thing I'm going to do is put a sketch out on this surface, and then I'll go out and I'll do an arc by 3 points. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, set it right like that. Another time-saving command is convert to curve. Sometimes it's easier to throw an arc or a straight line and then go back and turn that into a B-spline, allowing us now to go out and kind of control that. So I kind of want that hump to come out there, and I'll come down just a little bit, but I kind of want that hump to kind of come out there and be a little off-center. So it's just much, much easier to put that arc out there and then convert it to a curve. So now we'll go ahead and make an extrude surface, and I'm going to come out just a touch, and I just want to show you a very, very neat feature that we have here. I'm just going to come out with a little, almost a piece of tape setting out here, just that thickness. And as I do, I'll go choose to replace a face, and I'll replace this and then this right up here. I'll replace both of that with this, and then the part will just simply adjust to be exactly what I want. So very, very strong, very, very powerful set of tools. Again, time saving. Can't emphasize enough the idea that we want to take our ideas and as quickly as we can get them out there on screen, adjust, do what we need to do, but then at the same time have the software do the work for us. Save that time, allow us to give us that time for some more complicated stuff or some calculations or anything that we have to work on a little bit longer. One of the nice things about this as well, as we're getting close to being done, I can go to my view and background. Let's say I want to take a picture of it, and I can go clean this up and change color, and if you're familiar with that. But very, very nice thing, a view style set, and I've already got this redone. I've already got this saved off out of my templates. So I'm going to just set this to presentation. Presentation's going to, for me, is going to turn on some reflectivity. It's going to turn on my shadows, my perspective, be able to take a really nice picture of this and have it done. Now that I'm here, again, a quick right click. I'm just going to create a drawing. The last thing I want to show you as far as time-saving commands, if you do not check the Run Drawing View Creation Wizard, if you do not check that, then what you'll get is an instant top, front, right side. So you don't have to go out and choose top, front, right side and go through all that. If you do not check that wizard, you'll get an instant top, front, right side. One of my things that I really like, let's just take this view. I'm going to go run off a principal view, and this is going to become an ISO up here. But on the way up, again, a time-saving command, just hit shaded with visible edges, and now, again, a picture's worth 1,000 words as we go through this draft. So those are some of the things, just very, very quickly, we want to go over the idea of I need to do this, I know what I need to do, and I need the software to do it for me because there's other things that I need to spend some time working and designing. So again, as we said, this is time-saving commands. This is just a small 20-minute subset that we can do that we want to show you. We welcome your comments. We want to know which ones that you need to see, and we'll incorporate those into the next one. Coming up, Solid Edge synchronous training. The part that I did was a synchronous part. If you'd like